Greetings, Sigmas. This is Alex from Sigma Spirit. In a previous video, I talked about signs that you might be a Sigma male, and I wanted to continue that series because I think that these help you. I know sharing my experience about what makes me a Sigma male, signs that I've seen in myself, that I've become a Sigma male, are certainly helpful for me. They help me understand myself. And I think by sharing these signs with you, it helps you feel less alone. So I want to ask you, if you appreciate one of these, you resonate with one of these, go ahead and comment and share your experience, because this is a community, and I think that someone watching this might really value your comment, knowing your experience. So without any more chit chat, let's get into it. Number one, you don't identify with your given identity. So you've had a lot of labels, stereotypes, judgments, identities given to you. You don't control these. And for many Sigma males, they might roll their eyes at these. They might not fully understand them. It doesn't matter if you've been given a racial identity, sexual identity, a label around your sexual orientation, whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Independent, whether you like this sports team, whether you went to this high school. Sigma males have always often laughed, rolled their eyes, or just simply not understood them, not identified with them. And I think that's a powerful sign that you might be coming into your own as a Sigma male. Number two, you have a deep, nagging feeling. You are not good enough. You're not good enough in this system. You're not good enough on the hierarchy. You haven't achieved the things that other people have within the system. You haven't accumulated the correct amount of resources that other people seem to be accumulating. And you haven't gotten the validation, approval, and the feedback that other people might have gotten. And so this can make you feel not good enough. Sigma males face a lot of self-esteem issues because they're playing a different sport. They're in a different game. Number three, you identify with your inner teen over your inner child. So most people in today's world, no matter how many years they have in life, no matter how old they look, they are mostly identified with this inner child or inner teen. There are very few grown-up adults that you meet. Most people are acting through a place of wounds that they experienced as children or as teens. Now, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a therapist. If you want to dig deep into this concept, I encourage you to do your own research. I am giving you the sort of inner teen, inner child for dummies explanation. But with Sigma males, I think most of them are more identified with their inner teen. Now, being inner teen identified or inner child identified does not make you better or worse. They're equally as dangerous. An inner teen might manifest itself as being hyper independent, not asking for help, and having too many walls in place. You don't let people inside. Now, everybody has a requirement, a journey toward becoming a fully integrated adult. And I think Sigma males are no different. We all have to go through that journey. And if you feel identified with that sort of inner teen, then I think it's a sign that you might be stuck. But at least you're stuck as a Sigma male, and you're given these tools, and you're given this insight in which you can use to move through this. Most people are stuck in inner child, inner teen, and they don't even know about it. Number four, applause, accolades, and congratulations mean very little to you. I remember when I graduated college, all these people told me that they were excited for me, and they congratulated me on graduating. And I remember thinking how meaningless it was that someone would congratulate me on something as silly and meaningless to me, because so many people around me were graduating. It seemed like everybody graduated. and school never made sense. I always thought the education system was weird. It didn't vibe with me. And for someone to congratulate me on that meant nothing. And I think you might experience the same thing. Number 5, you have anti-mainstream spending habits. So, for many people, they buy things that they think they're supposed to buy. And I'm no different. Right now, I've been daydreaming about buying a sort of mid-range expensive watch. And part of me thinks that that is because I really want a high-quality watch. But I'm sure there's some aspect of myself that wants to have a nice timepiece on my hand to sort of flash a little bit. So I'm not hating on any mainstream spending habits. We all have a identity and we all want to express that, and it's perfectly fine to do so. But I find Sigma males question that a lot more. They question, why do we wear labels? Why do I need to buy Yeezys? Are AirPods the best quality headphone, or am I just trying to fit in with the little AirPod? And I find that if you're a Sigma male, you're probably spending your money on, in my opinion, a lot more healthier things. So some people spend it on travel, experiences, and I think that's one of the hallmarks of a Sigma male. Spending it on adventures, experiences, life enrichment versus things. Number 6, the people you look up to and think that you will one day become are all Sigma males, empaths, sensitive people, loners, lone wolves, introverts, etc. When you look around at the people you admire, it typically shows you who you want to be. So for much of the world, they might admire people who have made it big on Instagram or social media, people like that. And ultimately, that's going to tell you a lot about their values. So I'm not going to name any names. You know who I'm talking about. But for Sigma males who have depth, who have some profound intelligence about them, and want to go deeper in life, I think you will find that you admire obscure people. There's someone I admire who's incredibly obscure. He's a historical figure, but his country sort of shamed him in a way. And I'll get into him in another video. I want to dive deep about this person because he's such a powerful Sigma character. His name is Sir Richard Burton. He was an explorer. He did very crazy things. He was a sexual deviant, considered by many to be sort of deviant in his own way. He was the first person to go into Mecca, I believe, and he painted himself in chestnut oil so that he could fit in, and he learned the language. And he's such an interesting character. But when I think about that as someone I admire, and then I look around the rest of the world, and most people are admiring the people they admire, it feels a little weird. But that's okay, because that's part of being a Sigma male. Admiring the people you want to become, because you know that you could become them one day. You could be that kind of person. Number 7, the compliments you love and truly appreciate are the ones that speak deeply to your Sigma male self. So I remember one time I started a job, and after a few months I was talking with my female coworker, and I remember she told me, she started reminiscing about the day I walked into the office, and she goes, when I saw you, I just thought, who is that mysterious, confident man? He's so interesting, intriguing. And we all receive compliments sometimes in life, and they don't mean anything. If you're a hot girl, receiving the compliment that you're beautiful literally means nothing, and in many ways it can turn you off to someone because you've heard it so much, and it's always attached with some hidden agenda. But as a Sigma male, you might receive compliments that mean nothing, and then you receive a compliment like that, where someone speaks about a very specific Sigma male quality, and it touches you in a way that a surface level compliment doesn't really hit you on. And when I heard that from that girl, I remember thinking, yeah, that's awesome. That's who I'm trying to be. That's who I am, and that's what I'm trying to put out into the world. That sort of mysteriously attractive quality. And now it's not something I have to do, but it just is. And to get external feedback about that meant more to me than someone congratulating me on getting a new job, someone congratulating me on my ability to grow a beard, how I look, etc., etc. Number 8, if you're a Sigma male, you might not vote and you might not watch sports. And if you do vote or you do watch sports, you may do it from a different place. So many people watch sports because they wrap up an identity within the sport. And I find that the most healthy people are the ones who can watch a sport because they're admiring people operating at a level of excellence that's very rare nowadays. So take someone like Joe Rogan. He can truly appreciate the sport. He knows every intricacy and nuance of MMA. And it's beautiful to watch him talk about it because you know that he's not watching it because he likes this fighter because he's from his country, or he likes this fighter because they represent some political ideal, or because he likes his tweets. Joe Rogan likes a certain fighter because he likes mastery. He likes to watch a sport played at a very high level. And I think as people who are questioning the system or questioning why we do things, I think you'll find a lot of you don't even care about sports. And the sports that you might care about are maybe ancient traditional sports or unusual sports. Number 9, you feel compassion and empathy for certain movements, causes, hashtags, until those things themselves become oppressive. So there's a pendulum in life, and things seem to swing side to side. And it seems like all oppressed people eventually swing the other way and become the oppressor. And I find that if you are a Sigma male, that you are watching that. You're able to see that, and you're able to see when things are swinging out of control. And when things start to swing out of control, you start to think, oh, those aren't my values. This thing is growing out of control, and it seems to be growing unchecked. So I find that if you are a Sigma male, you watch and you adjust. You take in information and you change your beliefs as normal humans should be able to do, who are operating from a healthy brain. Number 10, you daydream of utopias and paradise, but you also daydream of zombie apocalypses, anarchy, and various doomsday scenarios. And I think that comes from you have an intuitive imagination, but you also have a duality to you. And you know that a Sigma male really is adaptable and self-reliant. And you're also maybe wondering if you could survive in both of those situations. Could you live in a paradise? Of course, we all want paradise. We all want to live in utopia eventually. But I think as a Sigma male, there's that duality of who you are. And you're wondering what life would be like if you were just wandering the post-apocalyptic desert by yourself. And you wonder what sort of system you could create in the absence of a system. And I think oscillating between those two can create some conflict within you. You're not sure what you want, and that's okay, because there are two sides of you. And the more you integrate those two sides, then the more you will find peace with what you want. And I think that's part of the Sigma male transformation, is taking all of these signs and fully appreciating them, understanding them. Maybe you don't try to change them. Maybe you just appreciate them. Some of them might not be good. Some of them might be very good. But you don't judge them. You just sit back and you think, that's who I am. I'm going to accept it. If there's something I can change for the better, I'm going to do it. So that wraps up 10 more signs that you might be a Sigma male. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Comment, as I said, if any of these resonate with you, and I'll see you in the next video.